Jordan Poole may only be 23 years old, but he's already experienced the unpredictable nature of NBA fans. Just months ago, he inked a massive 4-year, $140 million extension with the Golden State Warriors, and the entire basketball world was buzzing with excitement. Poole was poised to be the face of the franchise's future, but oh, how things have changed. Fast forward to today, and the blogosphere is buzzing with trade scenarios involving him. What a turnaround, right? The lucrative extension seems to have brought immense pressure, and as he regressed in his 4th NBA season, the young guard has become the Warriors' prime candidate for a salary cap casualty this summer. The Warriors' future itself is hanging in the balance. After their disappointing defeat to the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference semifinals, questions are swirling around the team. Will they sacrifice some of their promising young core, including Jordan Poole, to bolster their aging veterans like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green in pursuit of another championship? Now, before the NBA season tipped off, Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Warriors, had high hopes for Jordan Poole. He even referred to him as part of the team's foundational six. Whoa, that's some serious praise right there. Kerr placed him alongside the likes of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Kevon Looney. Being part of the foundational six carries a lot of weight, especially during the latter part of this Warriors dynasty. The team has a legacy of excellence and championship aspirations, so being included in that group is a big deal. However, as the season progressed and we moved into the playoffs, things didn't exactly go according to plan for Jordan Poole. It's been a bit disappointing and messy, to say the least. With inconsistent performances and struggles to find his rhythm, Poole's designation as part of the foundational six seemed to be forgotten. The young gun stepped up and showcased his worth, dropping an impressive average of 28 points in 11 games, while Curry dealt with a shoulder injury. But as we know, when the star returns, roles can shift. Unfortunately for Poole, that's exactly what happened. He got sent back to the bench, and there was inconsistency in the playoffs, too. Now, during the Warriors' 2022 NBA playoff run, Poole was on fire. He was averaging a solid 17.0 points per game, shooting an impressive 50.8% from the field and 39.1% from beyond the arc. But this season, we witnessed a different story unfold. Poole's numbers took a significant dip, with him averaging just 10.3 points per game. And his shooting percentage from the field also suffered, standing at 34.1%. And beyond the arc, it was even lower, at a mere 25.4%. As you can imagine, this drop in production led to fewer minutes for Poole on the court. And to make matters worse, there's been talk of him being placed on the trade block. The combination of a disappointing year and a hefty contract has put Poole's future with the team in question. Sure, the Warriors have the financial means to handle their payroll, considering they shelled out a staggering $370 million this year, $200 million in salary, and an additional $170 million in luxury tax penalties. That's some serious cash right there. But despite their ability to foot the bill, ownership is understandably cautious about pushing the limits in the coming years. And that means someone has to go. The Warriors cost too much and won too little to run back the entire roster again in 2023-24. So who's going to be shown the door this summer? I know we're all thinking the same thing. The idea of trading Jordan Poole for some fresh faces in a retooling phase might seem like a logical option on the surface. But hold up, let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture here. Is Poole the problem for the Warriors? Well, not exactly. You see, the Warriors made a bold move when they signed Poole to a 4-year, $128 million contract. And you know why? Because they believe in him. They see him as a key player who can contribute to more championship runs during the Curry era. They envision him potentially taking over the reins after the Big Three retire, or even if they decide to move on. The fan base had high hopes for Poole, but unfortunately, their faith started to dwindle pretty quickly. Why, you may ask? Well, it all came down to a series of clumsy turnovers, poor shooting from beyond the arc, and lackluster defense. On top of that, Poole seemed to have a clear disdain for being benched, which didn't sit well with the team or the fans. Now, don't get me wrong, Poole does have some skills. He's had a few impressive 30-point games in the playoffs, and during the regular season, he was averaging around 20 points per game. The talent and work ethic are definitely there. However, the problem lies in his consistency and efficiency. When we look at his effective field goal percentage, it sits at a modest 51.4%. Now, that's not terrible, but it's not exactly outstanding either. And here's the thing, he's trying to be the alpha on a team that already has that role filled by other players who have been doing it for years. We all know the Warriors have an incredible lineup, especially with their superstar, Stephen Curry, leading the charge. But let's be real, they need more than just a mercurial six-man. They need some serious depth and versatility to truly dominate the court. Here's the deal. The new collective bargaining agreement has changed things up, and the mid-level exception is no longer available to the big spenders in the league. That means the Warriors have to get creative. They need to turn one big contract into several mid-sized contracts. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge they must conquer. They want to secure that fifth banner. Yes, Jordan Poole is a polarizing player, no doubt about it. Some fans love him, some not so much. But here's the thing, I believe there's a win-win deal waiting to happen this summer. The Warriors have an opportunity to make a move that benefits both the team and Poole. They can leverage his potential and trade him for a player or players who bring that much-needed depth and versatility. It's all about finding the right fit, and I have faith that the Warriors front office will make the right decision. Let's not forget, Poole also got punched at the start of the season with Draymond Green. But despite being punched and sharing the same locker space as the guy who did it, Poole managed to keep his composure and maintain a professional attitude throughout. He played all 82 games this season and was putting up some serious numbers. We're talking an average of 20.4 points per game. Now, I know a lot of the spotlight was on Klay Thompson when Stephen Curry was out with those unfortunate injuries. But guess who was right there too, holding it down and making sure the team stayed afloat? Jordan Poole. And recently, Green admitted that his punch created a trust issue within the Warriors locker room. You know, that's a big deal, especially in a team sport like basketball. Trust is everything, and when it's broken, it can have a ripple effect on the entire season. Speaking with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, Green suggested the Golden State Warriors would still be playing if he never punched Jordan Poole before the season. Smith asked Green, "Are you still playing if that stuff with Jordan Poole didn't happen early in the season?" And Green replied, "I absolutely think so, because I still think the fact of the matter is, it's gonna be hard. I don't really think anyone could beat us. I know we just lost. I'm not taking anything away from the Los Angeles Lakers. They're competing at a high level. They're a good team." Trade. As his past season unfolded, it became crystal clear that he's just not a perfect fit for the Warriors system. And that's where the trade rumors start to swirl. You see, Poole's skill set suggests that he's better suited to be the go-to guy on a different team. He's a creative playmaker who thrives when the ball is in his hands. But in Golden State's read and react system, where precision is key, he has struggled to find his rhythm. Now let's be real here. There are plenty of other NBA franchises out there who could benefit from having a player like Poole on their roster. Just imagine him leading the charge as the primary option, lighting up the scoreboard with his offensive prowess. This guy has been putting up some serious numbers, showing us that he's got what it takes to be a star in this league. However, as we've seen, sometimes a player's potential shines brightest when they're the go-to guy on a team in rebuilding mode. That brings us to an interesting question. Should Poole consider moving on from the Golden State Warriors? Now hear me out. We all know that the Warriors are championship contenders, and playing alongside Stephen Curry is a dream for any player. But sometimes, a change of scenery can be just what a player needs to reach their full potential. If Golden State were to explore trade options for Poole, teams like the Houston Rockets and Washington Wizards would surely be interested. And you know what? It might just make sense for all parties involved. Poole could have the opportunity to put up eye-popping stats and be a key player on a team aiming for the lottery. Now, I'm not saying Poole isn't a good player or that he's not a valuable asset for the Warriors. He's shown great potential and has a bright future ahead of him. But sometimes, the long-term plans of a team may not align perfectly with an individual player's goals and aspirations. In a recent interview, Poole himself acknowledged the trade speculation, saying, "It just comes with it. You find ways to learn, adapt, and grow. Not really much to it." That kind of mindset shows maturity and resilience, which is commendable. So, will Poole continue to thrive with the Warriors, or could a change of scenery unlock even more potential in this talented young player? Make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting NBA content.